Alright, everyone. I'm back in the boss, and I have some bad news. Some real bad news. I lost my job. My high paying job. Now, what am I going to do with my life? Am I going to panic? No. Do I care? Yes, I do care. I actually like my job. I was helping a lot of people. I was doing what I could, but we had to part ways. I'm not going to get into why, but I'm going to answer the question of what should you do if you lose your job? And there's a lot of different routes you can do, and I just want to talk about it real quick. But before that, this is not financial advice, business advice, or counseling for you. It's just some random dude on YouTube, and if it goes somewhere, it gets out there. But I'm just making this content so I can help people and get the word out there. And if people want to use my content, cool. Just keep it as a best as a whole and try to not twist my words. Now, what should what should you do if you lose your job or like me? I lost my job. The first thing I'm gonna do is find out why I lost my job. Um, I lost my job because XYZ. I'm not sure why I lost my job, to be honest. I really don't. But at the end of the day, I lost my job. It sucks. It's sad. It's heartbreaking. And I might have had a little episode from it because I really liked my job. I was able to help people. But they run me ragged, and not all jobs is good for you because I lost about 40 pounds in a short period of time, and it wasn't good for my health. So that's number one. Find out if it's just or not, because you might have to take legal actions against the company so they know that, hey man, this is unjust and it's not right. And if you get compensated, cool. If not, at least the company knows that what they did was wrong. Okay? I'm not saying go out there and sue every single company that fires you. No. If you find out it's unjust, talk to a lawyer and get advice. And just know it could be a very long battle. But if they have nothing against you, it shouldn't be that long of a battle because it's just plain dry, and they'll will agree to not take it to the court system because they could make themselves look worse. So everyone just need to move forward. All right, number two is you need to move forward and see what you can do with your life, um, and that's based off of financial. How much money do you have saved away? Can you afford to keep your roof over your head? What did you do to protect yourself? Luckily, I was smart enough to get a bunch of different passive income. Now, will I be able to have a bunch of money coming in anymore? Yeah, but it's gonna take me time to build it back up. Unless I get a luck from God or something like that. I guess I just have to build this nice and slowly, um, and keep my family at heart and tell no one my plans, so no one can steal my ideas. Um, if I had to do everything on my own, I told my wife it's gonna be a long struggle, and she agreed to go work full time, so I can be home with the kids more and spend time with my family while I slowly make a decision. But I don't know what's gonna happen. But first thing you have to do is look financially what you can do. Some people have to go work right away because they're bad with money, and that's okay. It really is okay if that's you. But other people are great with money. And if someone's great with money and people find out about it, they companies might come after you to find out what did you do. How did you do it in a short amount of time? What's the possibility? And I'm not saying I'm gonna go out and tell everyone in the world how I did it, but at the end of the day is you have to make sure you're financially stable and move forward. And the very next thing is number 3. And it's really hard for me to say this, but don't hold no grudges and forgive, as everyone makes mistakes. But you know, it gives people headaches whenever you keep forgiving and not trying to hold grudges, and they just don't want to do what's right. And that's okay. That's why the government have legal system, and you can ask governments, you can ask the government to step in with the labor and bureau sector. You can do a lot of things to open an investigation on a company. And if you have to do that, so you can step away and not, because I'm not gonna hold no grudges, but does not mean that government officials and everyone else will not take action, because they wouldn't want that to happen anywhere else, because then that could cause major problems. If one company does it, that means another company might do it, and they had to take a stand for, hey man, this is not right. And they can either do it above the table, under the table. That's not up to me to decide. That's up to government officials and people in power. Um, that's it. You can't just, oh, I want all these things done to these companies. Well, let's be realistic with you. You can't do that because you're going to ruin the economy. That'd be kind of dumb. What you do is you give a stern warning as a government official, say don't do it again, and let all the major other companies know, hey, they did this and we're punishing them this much. We're not, they're going to either announce it or not announce it, but all the higher official will know, guess what's going to happen in their company? They're going to make major changes to make sure they doesn't happen to them. That would help the United States move forward. So if my sacrifice at me losing my job helps 100 different companies, so be it. It's sad that I lost my job that I like, but it was meant to be. I got sacrificed and came at, and it's alright. My sacrifice might save hundreds of people's jobs, maybe thousands of people's jobs, because it make other companies look at what they could do better. That's okay. Now, number 4, you got to come up with a game plan, and you can't act with rush intents, or you can't act and not think of what you're going to do. You have to think very logically and soundly of what you need to do in life if you have care ones. You have to think very securely so you don't stress other people out around you. It sucks whenever the person has to carry all the burden, but when you make a decision because no one else is helping you or assisting you, you just have to move forward. Sometimes you have to move faster than others. Me, I'm not in a rush. And it panics people that, like someone like my wife, because I'm not rushing, and whenever I break down the numbers to her, she felt better. But that's just lack of communication on my part. So it's a lot of things that people have to understand, that just because you lose your job is not the end of the world. Just because it was unjust doesn't mean you need to go and a vendetta and try to take the company down. That's just not the right thing to do. Revenge is never the answer, but does not mean that the government will not step in and assist if you need it, because they have things in place to put check and balance on companies. Now, if those check and balances are way off, then the government will have to revamp their system. Maybe the labor rules aren't strict enough. Maybe, not just truckers can't drive this many hours a week. Maybe field service can't drive this many hours a week. Maybe travel should be limited. Maybe overtime should be limited. And check. because everything plays a part of this, and everyone is at fault. Even I'm at fault for not speaking up earlier. I was speaking up, but I should have stood my ground earlier, and it could have done more. But whenever you do your best, and if HR's not on your side, if the management's not on your side, and you're just sticking it through because you like your job, like I was, nothing you can do. You know, it sucks. But yeah, I lost my job. So please like and subscribe so I can make some money on YouTube. Um, so maybe I can not worry about my wife anymore. But yeah, everyone, y'all have a blessed day. And I don't know to tell y'all. I lost my job. A little sad about it. But oh well. Later.